get that,
So
but
that
this is the
doesn't make
thing.
you a good shooter. It just means you get lucky a lot. I think that's how we look at it. Like, are you a good shooter or do you just get lucky a lot? Because if I throw up
Nah.
1,000
Hold on.
three-pointers, I'm bound to
Seb,
hit 100. You know what I'm
can you hear
saying?
me?
Like,
Can
come
you
on.
hear me? Can you hear
I can
me?
hear you. I can hear you.
We not gonna do this, man. I've been waiting all year to say this. And the
Listen,
reason, hold
it is
on,
what it is.
let me finish, bro. Let me finish. We not gonna do this. Now, I'm not gonna let you disrespect no NBA player talking about luck. You know, you wasn't in a gym when he was shooting. It's not luck.
They mad, they hate, and irritated. Close your mouth, you can save it without a doubt. You won't claim it, you is a slouch. Live in your mom basement. They mad, they hate, and irritated. Stop complaining.
What it do? It's GOAT Metrics episode number 40. We got Seb in the building. What up, Seb?
What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you.
That's what's up. We got Benny Blanco in the building. What up, B?
What's going on, man? It's been a minute. It's good to be back.
Oh, yeah, definitely been a minute, man. I didn't know what episode we was on. I had to go to the podcast to see when we was queued up right now. And right now we in a snowstorm out here. Well, right now we ain't got the snowstorm, but the snowstorm is coming, man.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I check my weather app, it keep getting pushed back, like your dad come to pick you up for the weekend. You know what I mean? So right now, you know, I'm just waiting for whenever. You know what I mean? I got my stuff packed up. Right now, the Knicks played. The Knicks played real quick. So we're gonna dive into the Knicks. I got a couple of other questions. We're gonna freestyle this. I don't have my notes. I don't have this. We're just gonna get into it, man. I'm glad to see everybody together. So B, I know you love the Knicks. So we're gonna start with the Knicks assist, man. With this win, 112-109 Philly, man, Philly gave us all we could take, bro. Philly gave us all we could take. In the last minute or so, it got a little tight. How you feel about this victory? Is you impressed or just the Knicks handling business?
No, I was actually impressed because we have not been handling any business as of late. So, I was actually surprised that we got the win. We actually played well. You know what I'm saying? And B got off to a good start, so that's a problem right there. And then Maxey is, you know, he's an all-star. He's always a problem. And I was very, very impressed that we played well. We played well. That's as well as we should be playing like that. I'm still like on the bashing Cat situation because he needs to step his game up, but overall it was a good win, man.
Get that. What about you, Seth? How you feel about the win?
Once again, I have to be the guy that, you know, dogged the Knicks out, man. It's the Knicks. Seems like we regressing back to the old Knicks. Like, you know what I'm saying? They always say, I want that old thing back, except for when you talk about the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? We don't never want that old thing back, but we being the Knicks. You know, I think you and I spoke the other day about how disappointed I am in the Knicks. I mean, I'm not excited about the victory. I'm not even impressed. I mean, we beat a team that we should have beat. I don't, you know, we did what we were supposed to, and we barely did that, man. So that's where I am with the Knicks right now.
Yeah, I'm in the middle between y'all. I'm happy we won, you know, and right now, when Seth said the team we should beat, but with a healthy Embiid, I don't know if we should beat them. You know, because Embiid is a problem.
Right.
He's a problem. He's a problem. And right now, I'm looking at the stats right now. Towns only played 16 minutes. And Benny said this about an episode or two ago when he said, like, you know, Brunson and Towns, we got to kind of hide them. These are guys who get our points, but these are the guys that are liabilities. And right now, Embiid shows. So any team that has a big man, thank God is not too many teams in the East with an effective big man.
Right.
So Towns might could stay in the game. But Embiid, and we don't have Harkenstein no more. See, we had Robinson, Harkenstein. We had a few guys that we could kind of, give to him. But right now with Towns, and it wasn't when we had Harkenstein, we didn't really have Cat, so we didn't really need a big presence coming from that points, But right now, he was a non-factor, bro. He was a non-factor, and that's one of the reasons I want to switch gears. I mean, I'm gonna let y'all say some more, but that's the main reason why I said, Giannis is the ticket. Giannis is the ticket because we still won without Cat.
Right.
Cat had 10 points.
Wow.
We still won. We have enough. Yes, he has 10 points. He was 5 for 7. So actually had a good. No, he wasn't 5 for 7. He was 2 for 4. He took 4 field goals.
That's not enough.
Because he was in foul trouble. I mean, what we expect when he's playing a real big man. And B shot 21 times.
Wow.
But you
So
know
do
what?
y'all
That goes
Go
a
ahead.
lot. That goes a lot to the effort and to the coaching. Because it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable for him to be in that big of foul trouble. It's unacceptable for him to only take 5 shots. Like, the effort isn't there anymore. We're missing that effort. It's like nobody's afraid of losing their spot. Now that's one thing we have to say about, the Knicks for the last few years. No effort, no play. If you didn't put forth that effort, you didn't play. And it's like the effort isn't there. So, and I think you called it the Giannis effect, where these guys may be, they're hearing the rumors about trades and they may be, they're not caring or they're worried about it. But it's really unacceptable. I feel like the locker room, it has no control. Nobody's stepping up to say, look, we need to play hard. Even with Josh Hart, who, last season we all had the Reggie Miller crush on Josh Hart. Last season, like he's doing everything. It's unacceptable for him to have more rebounds than Cat. It's unacceptable. And that's what I'm seeing now from the Knicks, man.
No doubt. No doubt. It's a weird situation, man. It really is. It just everybody and the weird thing is if you look at Cat's numbers, his numbers are good. It's the weirdest thing. He's probably like I think he slid into first place in rebounds. It just doesn't look like it. You know what I'm saying? He just it doesn't look like he's doing much out there. But we're gonna have to deal with it, and they're gonna have to pull the trigger on a deal if that's what it's gonna take.
Yeah, his numbers are good, but they're actually down from last season.
Oh yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah, they're down from last season, and that seems to be the biggest issue. Is that his shooting? I think we spoke about it. Like, I think that this is Cat's worst field goal shooting percentage ever.
Yeah.
I think he's shooting like 40-something%. This is the lowest he's ever shot from the field. And I'm starting to think maybe life was right. It is the Giannis effect. I don't know.
It could be.
I don't see any other reason.
Well, it's hard to produce when they keep talking about the next guy and you don't know who you're going to lose. Just imagine you as a dad, right? You coming downstairs getting ready for work and you keep hearing everybody talking about the neighbor coming. You know what I mean? Like Mr. Bentley down the street, he's doing a lot, man. Like dad might be, expendable. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you don't even know if you want to go to work. You're like, yo, I don't want to leave. You might come back and don't have a key. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. Because you really don't know who's gonna leave. But Town knows it. And I see when I was watching the game, they threw Town stats up, right? So in October, he was averaging 18. And then November, he was averaging 23. And then like in December, he's averaging like 23, 22. And then in January, he's averaging 17. But you got to think, this is when a Giannis talks is speeding up.
Right.
It's picking up a little bit more. Giannis still haven't said he wanted out. And that's the only thing that's really got the whole league in an uproar, because when he pushed that envelope, they're gonna have to, and I think he's just trying to be a loyal guy where he don't want to do that
Yeah.
and make his team lose any momentum of getting good transactions for him, Because once he do that, they're gonna have to do like the Jimmy Butler thing where you're gonna get rid of him, but you might not get what you felt like was, even close to what you gave up.
Right.
Right.
That's a fact.
So
That's a
we're gonna
fact.
see. We're gonna see. But right now, since Seth, you wasn't here, and by you being disappointed, you might even say something really crazy. What would you give up for Giannis? Me and Benny answered this. What would you give up for Giannis?
Everything except for Brunson. I mean, what else? They're gonna have to give up. Cat is gone. Probably Mikal Bridges, and maybe even Josh Hart. But if you get rid of the core of the Knicks, I think you have to keep Brunson. You have to keep OG. You have to keep those two. OG being a great two-way player, he'll fit right into what Giannis does, because Giannis is one of the top 5 two-way players in the league, if not, the best. So you want to keep those defensive guys. And then, of course, you want to keep Jalen Brunson because you want to keep another scorer. Cat, he's gone. Josh Hart, he's one of those players, he does everything. We would like to keep him, but I don't see us being able to keep him in a Giannis trade, and Mikal Bridges being the same thing. Which I would like to see Mikal Bridges go somewhere where he can effectively be like a number 2 player. And he could actually up his trade value because he's really good when he has the green light. When he has the green light, Mikal Bridges, he can shoot, he can defend, he can really play. So I would like to see him go somewhere else and be like a number 2 option. But you definitely give up those guys. Unfortunately, we can't give up Mitch. Nobody wants him. But I would just throw him in for free. Like, you might just throw him in. He can clean the locker room, anything. Just throw him in. Get rid of him.
Nah, that's Ben, man. Ben don't want to see Robinson go nowhere. And Robinson helps out too. And me and Seb was joking earlier in the week. We talked on the phone when I said, he was like, yo, I want to trade him. I'm like, yo, somebody got to want him. You know what I mean? You can't just trade stuff. Be like, yo, I'm going to trade this dirt right here. They're like, yo, I don't want no dirt. What you talking about?
That's a fact.
Things done got crazy, man. Things done got crazy. I was sitting here while you was gone comparing Mitch to Bill Russell in a way, man. I'm telling you, I had the vision going on. Yo, I was on another planet with the Knicks stuff, man.
Wow.
But nah, we have to keep Mitch. I'm sorry. We gotta keep him. He's gonna be the main center. You gotta keep him. There's no way around that. And imagine if you let's say starting lineup, Mitch at the center. Let's say we get Giannis at the power forward, OG at the small forward. Yo, that's a lot of defense right there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You don't really gotta hide anybody. At the 2, you can throw Shamit. God damn it, that's my man. And you roll with that, and then the Deuce off the bench, and that type. You got something going there. You're gonna have to use some of these young big men that he don't use either.
Okay. I get that. So we all feel like, well, when the skid that the Knicks went on this last 12 games, like losing like 9-3 and stuff like that, do you think that other teams are catching up, or they gelling at the right time, or just you think that the Knicks is just having one of those new coach situation? Like, what you think? Because I'm gonna ask you this, B. What you think that type of turnaround? How you feel about the turnaround? Do you have any explanation about the turnaround?
Well, it did happen after the championship we won. I mean, the in-season tournament we won. it happened right after that. So then, but I think it might be like maybe a locker room thing. I'm not gonna hold back. I don't know. Are they feeling Cat? They're okay with him. Do they want him gone? That's the question. If you ask me, um,
Mm.
they play good without Cat, so I don't know if that's the issue that's happening. But like, look at today. Like Embiid in the first half, he had a hell of a game, and Maxey was healthy, and we played well against him.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. I want to switch gears unless you have something you want to say, Sebs. I got a thing I want to drop with y'all, right? This is a new segment. Who knew, right? And right now, we got a lot of narratives in the NBA right now, but one of the most impressive narratives is James Harden. Is James Harden the second best three-point shooter we ever seen? And the reason being I'm saying that because there's only two guys that make over 3,000 three-pointers, right? And it's Steph Curry and James Harden. Steph Curry is right now he got 4,200 in 17 years. And James Harden got 3,300 in 17 years. Ray Allen's under 2,900. Well, he got 2,973, and Klay Thompson got 28. I mean, Klay Thompson got less years, though. He only got 13 years. We got 2,800. So he's on the road to catch these guys, depending on how many more seasons he playing. Damian Lillard has two, but these guys, Reggie Miller has 2,500 in 18 years. And James Harden got like 800 more three-pointers than Reggie Miller. And Reggie Miller and Ray Allen has more years than James Harden. So in less years, James Harden had more three-pointers than Ray Allen and Reggie Miller. So I'm just asking a question because, the three-pointer is such a big thing. It took over like the home run in baseball, you know? But why is James Harden being the number two and it's quiet? It's quiet. Like nobody is speaking of him being the number two all-time three-pointer behind Steph Curry. I want to know, is it because the league push who they push or they want to keep the other guy's name relevant?
I'll start with this one. Honestly, because I always thought James Harden would be either number two or number one in the 3-point shooting as far as shots made. The problem is that there's a lot less excitement to James Harden 3-point shots. Now he developed a hell of a step back. That separation that he developed. Not too many people does that. But when Steph Curry hits a 3-pointer falling, in your face, it's exciting. Dame Lillard may be the greatest distant shooter that we've ever seen. People always forget, he'll shoot it from the other end of the court like nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think he averages like 30-something%, where you got guys like Steph Curry, averaging 40-something%. So that's the reason that, it's so quiet. Because to be honest, if you want to say the best, like as far as percentages and shots taken, Klay Thompson may be the second best 3-point shooter that we've ever seen. Like when he gets hot, I don't think anybody can contend with Klay Thompson. But it's just James Harden. He shoots a lot. He takes 1,000 3-pointers a game, and bad ones at that. Like he's just throwing them up, hoping they go in. Sometimes he gets lucky, but his 3-point percentage is low. Like it's really low. So I think that's the biggest issue.
Okay. How you feel about that, B?
Yeah, man, you hit it right on the nose. I was waiting to hear, what you guys were gonna say, but yeah, man, like the beard. Listen. I'm not a fan of the beard. The guy is just gonna shoot. He's gonna chuck them. He's gonna chunk them. He's gonna put up a lot of them. So that when you were saying those numbers, I was already in my head. There's a reason for that. He
Mhm.
shoots a lot more than those. He puts them up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He don't care. I don't think he was ever worried about his percentage. He was just worried about how many points he can score and how many shots he can get up.
Definitely. Definitely.
I'm gonna give that was a great take from both of y'all, but I'm gonna ask you this: as being an athlete myself, is it how many you take or how many you make? When I say that, when we look at home runs, we don't care about the strikeouts. We care about the home runs. Now we know some batters struck out more than others to get home runs, but at the end of the day, the home runs is what count. And if I'm James Harden, I'm just going to speak from the beard. If I'm James Harden, I'm going to say, name them who made more.
Right.
Name them.
Right.
Name them who made more. Because we
We
can
might
talk
not be
about
able
how.
to name who made more, but we can all honestly say James Harden has never shot over 40% from the 3-point. I don't think he's ever shot 40%. Maybe not even over 38%. So now when we look at it from a percentage point, it's like, yo, we all took a test. All right. You might have had 200 questions and you got 100 of them right. You got 50%. I had 100 questions and I got 80 right. I got 80%. Though you got more questions right than me, my percentage was higher. And his percentage is low. Like, it's really low.
I get that,
So
but
that
this is the
doesn't make
thing.
you a good shooter. It just means you get lucky a lot. I think that's how we look at it. Like, are you a good shooter or do you just get lucky a lot? Because if I throw up
Nah.
1,000 3-pointers, I'm bound to hit 100. You know what I'm
Can you hear
saying?
me?
Like, come on.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
I can
me?
hear you. I can hear you.
We not gonna do this, man. I've been waiting all year to say this. And the
Listen,
reason, hold
it is what
on.
it is.
Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. We not gonna do this. Now, I'm not gonna let you disrespect no NBA player talking about luck. You wasn't in a gym when he was shooting. It's not luck. Now, and don't get me wrong, it's a lot of guys that have greater 3-point field goal percentage. Like, they took less, they made more, but they're not even on a list in the top 20 or 30, but they had a great percentage. But you can't take away when them 3-pointers went in and how much points did it help his team and what it do. I'm just offended you said the luck. I was with you in a lot of things, like that's a good argument. But the luck? Come on, bro.
Well, sometimes you have to use luck when you don't want to use your opinion. Like, I don't want to opinionate a fact. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to use luck because the fact of the matter is that he has a poor shooting percentage. So if you can argue that, then I'm going to have to use luck because there's no other argument. It's like, well, I gave you the percentages, which are low.
Yeah.
They're low.
Agree.
And
so
you know what?
with that being said, go ahead, Ben.
Getting back to the question, so from a basketball player's point of view, now you're on a squad with a dude who's going to take a lot of shots. You know what I'm saying? You're on the squad, you be like, all right, he's going to take some shots, but you know what I'm saying? It's a team game. He's taking a lot of shots, whether he's making or he's not making. And then, and then on top of that, to complicate things, he's playing no defense. You know what I'm saying? So look at it from a basketball point of view. Like, would you want to play with this
not
dude?
Winning?
What you say, Sam?
And not producing. He's not producing, you know. And then what I would say is this. Look at his 3-point shots during the regular season and then look at them during the playoffs. His percentages fall lower in the playoffs. So now you're taking even worse shots. And it's not even the fact that he takes a lot of shots. He takes a lot of bad shots. And I think that's probably the biggest issue is the type of shots you take. Like, those are bad shots. Like, and especially if you look at his percentages when they changed the rules on the foul calling from, like, oh, it really got bad. When he's not able to, you know, create that foul and things like that from the 3-point line, it really got bad.
Right.
And I think that's why when people look at Steph Curry, you know, even Seth, like Seth has a very high shooting percentage. He's a great 3-point shooter too. I don't think he gets a lot of credit. But you know, it's the type of shots. Like this guy's shooting while he's falling down with his hands over his face and turning around before it goes down is like pointing like, yeah, that's in. You know, to where James Harden is just taking shots and throwing them up. And it's like, So I think that the excitement plays a lot, you know, like even with Reggie Miller, when you have this dude scoring 1 million points against the Knicks, sorry, Ben, with, you know, 9 seconds left in the game, it was exciting. It was exciting.
Yeah.
So I don't think James Harden has enough of those exciting shots to be like he was a great 3-point shooter.
Yeah, but I guess the argument to me is, and I hear what y'all saying, I agree with what y'all saying, but the thing of the matter is, like, how many he made has to count for something, you know. And I guess because a guy like LaMelo Ball, he makes some exciting 3-pointers, you know. But at the same time, if he made 100 this year, that was exciting, and somebody made 200, I'm going to say the guy who made 200 is the better 3-point shooter because they play the same 82 games.
Mm-hmm.
So if some guy make more, I got to give it to the guy who made more. That's just how I look at it.
I'm going to agree with you. And it does count for something. It counts for him being number 2. But when we remember the great 3-point shooters, we forget him because of the lack of excitement. So when you have that guy that makes 100 exciting ones, we're going to be like, man, he's a great 3. And it's like, well, what about what's his name? We're like, damn, did he hit 3s? You know, because we don't remember, or we didn't get a certain nostalgia from it. You know, when we think about Reggie Miller and Steph Curry, we get excited. Like, yeah, man, they hit some shots. You know, it's like James Harden. It's like, yeah, he took some. You know, so it's a little different. But I agree. It does count. He's number 2. And I think if he plays long enough and Steph kind of, so I don't know if he could ever catch him, but James Harden will definitely be hard to catch on that list.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's what's up. I just wanted to bring that argument to that discussion to the table because I'm looking at it and I just realized sometimes players just don't get the recognition. And then, you know, because some players is not liked, some players is not loved. You have some players that have a mystique about them, you know. And at the time when Reggie Miller was making all them 3s and Ray Allen, like we couldn't take the numbers from these guys. And I talked to one of my dudes, Ray Allen, and them had better looking shots as well. You know, that's when it come by the style and this, that, and other. They made some shots in big moments as well. And I guess James Harden moments might not be as big as these guys, you know? But when you look at it, like, especially with Reggie Miller, like a guy having like 800 more made 3-pointers in less years, like that says something.
Right.
But let's fast forward this. I don't know where y'all about the rookie numbers right now, but Cooper Kupp, and I can't get the guy name for Charlotte. I don't even want to mess his name up. But right now, how do you feel about the rookie race, or are y'all even on point with the rookie race? Because Cooper Flag and the guy from Charlotte is balling right now. And do you think? Go ahead, brother.
Well, I would have to include the kid from Philadelphia as well.
Okay.
He's been consistent, and I think he's either, you could put him at 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, you talk the Charlotte. I can't pronounce his name too, but it's the white boy, right?
I didn't want to say it, but go ahead. You got it.
I mean, you know,
you got it.
It is what it is. Yeah, those 3. Oh, but and Cooper Flag. But I like the kid from Philly though. He's athletic. He's not scared. You can tell he's gonna be. I don't know. He can be like a Oogie type of player because he's very athletic, super athletic. And his jump shot's going to get better. You could tell.
Yeah, yeah. What about you, Seb? Are you following or are
I
you following
haven't
these guys right
followed
now?
it. I haven't followed it as closely as I should have. I wasn't really.
Okay.
I told you before. I wasn't really a big fan of the whole the rookies this
Mm-hmm.
season. But
Yeah.
Khan, I'm starting to like him a little more. And to keep from messing up his name, I'll just call him Khan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his first name, right? Is it Khan Kupananelapali or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I like him. And um, I've never really been a fan of Cooper Flag, but I have to respectfully say what I've seen from him so far, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. And the guy from Philly, I know you're speaking of, I don't know his name, but his athleticism, like, because he plays what? Is he a 3 or 4? He plays the
Yeah, they're playing him at the 2 right now, but
no,
he
he's a
can he can do
2,
he
but
can
he's a
do
big
either.
guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big
Yeah.
guy, but he is very athletic. But I agree. I think those probably are the top 3 or 4, or at least 3 out of 5. They're the top 3 out of 5 rookies. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Okay, yeah. And I think Khan right now, he's leading them in points right now. He's averaging 19 and Cooper Flag is averaging 18. And I think that Jason Kidd did Cooper Flag what is called a
Disservice.
dishonest disservice. He did him a disservice by starting Cooper Flag as the point guard. He put him out of position. He was never a point guard. And there's a lot of pressure controlling the rock in the beginning. So he started changing after he averaged almost 19 points. He's averaging like 18 points something. And you said Khan is shooting like his 3-pointers is out of this world. And that's why he averaging good numbers because he's a pure shooter. And he's 21. The Cooper Flag's 18. So he has some maturity on him. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
He has some maturity on him. So Cooper Flag is averaging almost 19 points, 18.9, and Khan is averaging 19 points even. So, and then the difference is right now, Cooper Flag is not playing with anyone. So to be honest with you,
That's
by
true.
everybody being hurt is even harder because this your first year and they kind of gave you the ball, but nobody groomed you to even get to there. So he had a lot of trial and error in the beginning. And then Khan is fitting in because the Hornets team doesn't look well, on paper with they winning, but they have some dogs on their team. They have some dogs from Ball to what's the guy name from Knoxville? Like, what's his name? The young boy, Brandon Miller, and then Bridges.
They still got Bridges. Yeah,
Bridges.
they
Bridges is
still got
playing
Bridges.
well too.
Yeah. So they got a good team, man. They got a good team. So and then let me see something else that I don't think that we get enough credit for. And I'll ask you how y'all feel about it. Kawhi Leonard season. How do y'all feel about Kawhi Leonard season?
Well, as the resident Kawhi Leonard hater,
yeah.
no, I love Kawhi Leonard. He was like one of my favorite players. It's when he's healthy.
Okay.
But Kawhi is having a Kawhi-like season. This is the Kawhi Leonard that we spoke of. That could he be the best player in the NBA? Could he be that guy? Could he be the closest thing to Michael Jordan as a two-way player? This is the Kawhi Leonard that we were speaking of. We just haven't seen him in 7 seasons. So I would like to say, welcome back. Welcome back, Carter. Welcome back. We missed him. It's good to have Kawhi back, man. It's good to have him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling you Nephew Murder. Not Uncle Murder, because you're so disrespectful. You so disrespectful. What up, B? I'm gonna read his numbers to you. Kawhi's
like
averaging 28.1, 6.2 rebounds, 3.5 assists. His field goals is 49.7. And at 28.1, he's the 7th leading scorer in the NBA right now at the age of 34. So, and for a little caveat, he's averaging 2.2 steals, which is number 1 in the league. He's leading the league in steals.
No doubt, no doubt.
How you feel
Listen,
about that, B?
the numbers are spectacular. Okay, they're great. He no, I don't think nobody's doubting his skills and what he can do on the court. It's more about, it's not even the All-Star game yet, and the team, unless the team starts winning a lot of games and they get in the hunt of things, then maybe. But if the team is not doing well, then he's just gonna book his next vacation towards the end and just be like, "Listen, I'll try again next year."
It's always next season.
Yeah, yeah. It's unfortunate, man. I hate it for him because the numbers he's putting up, you know, I would like to see him in a playoff series.
Right. Yeah.
I don't really know what they would do, but I would like to see him in a playoff series because we know Kawhi, he even had better numbers in the playoffs once he got from under Tim Duncan and them guys. Like in the playoffs, he could give you a series that's like MJ-ish, you
Yeah.
know? He could give you a series that's MJ-ish, you know? So I hope that they could turn it around and get maybe the 10th seed and maybe win a game to be in the playoffs. You know, I would like to see them because they could be scary depending on the matchup.
That's a fact.
And he's the best two-way player if he stay healthy.
Right.
If he stay healthy, yeah. All right, now let's switch to the Lakers real quick.
Wow.
I got a question. Yo, nephew Murder, relax, baby, relax. We got some more minutes, man. Let's look out, man. Unless you want to talk about your Christmas gift or something. I don't know what you want to do. And the reason I'm saying this because early the season we talked about, when the season came, we talked about LeBron being, you know, in the top 10. You know, and right now he's still a stat stuffer. He's still a stat stuffer. It's just with less impact. And I remember years ago we talked about Russell Westbrook, you know, his empty calorie stats. You know, they said he got all these triple doubles, but it didn't amount to nothing. He did all this, he did all that. And I just want to know, is LeBron having that same impact where he's running up the numbers, but he's not running up the wins, and definitely not in the playoffs? Because right now, this is like season 8, might even be season 9 with the Lakers. Is this the most GOAT talk, but less impact ever we've seen a superstar or the best player in the league? Anytime we see the best player in the league on a Laker uniform, we got more wins, more championship, more playoff runs. Is this Laker run for LeBron, is it kind of disappointing?
I would say so. I would say so. I'm looking at that Laker team, like it doesn't seem like a team. You got LeBron James, who's, you know, he's a legend. And then you got Luka there, who's a current superstar, but you know what I'm saying? They're lacking because, you know, Luka's not a defensive player. He would give you whatever on offense. You know, he'll give you everything on offense, but he ain't stopping nobody. And LeBron is towards the end. So I don't look at that Laker team as being a championship team at all. I think it's a joke, actually.
I
How about you,
I
Sav?
agree with you, Ben. I agree with you. Only thing I disagree with is the fact that it's a bad joke. It's not just a joke, it's a bad joke. It's not even a funny one. First of all, we're seeing this again where we have the greatest player in the NBA at the time who is no longer the best player in the NBA.
Right.
Okay. And you don't want to retire. So LeBron. You cannot be. It's just not going to happen. You can't. Luka can't be Luka with LeBron. It'll never happen. So until LeBron retires, the Lakers are going to be in this situation. They can trade who they want because they have a decent team. I mean, we watched Luka and LeBron both take teams to the playoffs with nothing but themselves. So we know what they can do. They just can't do it together, and LeBron is way past that prime. So until LeBron is gone, this is where the Lakers are going to be. They're going to be stuck in this bad sitcom that no one wants to admit is bad because it has stars in it. Like that's where we are. So we just wait and see.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, you know, we used to have this thing called a good team where everybody knew their role. I think with the Lakers, LeBron could care less about his role. He cared more about his legacy. And that's why I was so disappointed when he played the minutes to get to 10 points. Then when he got his 10 points, he got a game. I'm going to say this every damn episode until I have a real talk about it. That was the most egregious thing I've ever seen from the greatest player / asterisk guy, because I'm going to start calling him the scapegoat. I'm going to start calling him the scapegoat.
I like that.
Because he do everything possible to be a mention, where even if it's negative mention, he just want to be mentioned. Because right now, I don't even understand why would you do something like that. Why would you keep a streak going when your team is losing?
Yeah, that's wild.
That shows me your priority is streaks over championships.
That's a fact.
Like we losing, we getting beat. You're not sitting on the bench talking to your players and motivating them and saying, you know what, we got to tighten up, we got to do this. No, you stand in the game until you get your 10 points. I am so disappointed. And as a teammate, you probably would have lost me with that.
I agree.
You should be sitting down with me and we trying to listen to the coach. He coming by and giving everybody dap, like we gonna work on some things, we gonna do better, instead of watching the scapegoat get his 10 points.
Yeah.
Like I'm
I agree 100%.
like I'm disappointed. Yeah.
That's why he
Yeah, but that's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, he's the chosen one. He's the chosen one. I mean, I give it to him. I was listening to Telfair. Like I'm the avid podcast listener, and Telfair on the Pivot. I haven't finished the episode, but Telfair gives some of the better interviews, man.
Okay.
Sebastian Telfair, he gives some of the better interviews.
He should.
And he was speaking of,
he's been giving interviews since he was 12. He just ain't play ball. And you give a hell of an interview.
Nah, that's a fact. And when Orion Clark started the interview, right, when he gave us like the setup for the show, he spoke on like he was fifth grade. He was the best player in the country in the fifth grade. Like I didn't know that was even a thing.
Right.
But so many different things. They said he was on Sports Illustrated with LeBron, and then he was in federal prisons with P. Diddy. So that's how he started the show, like saying how you come from here to there, and it was a good interview. So, but I'm gonna let y'all speak on whatever you want to speak on. I'm gonna let y'all give y'all things, and we're gonna go ahead and end the show. So go ahead, B. I'm gonna let you go first. Like, you wanna air out anything or what's on your mind about whatever.
Nah, man, just like I'm on the Giannis bandwagon. I'm really hoping they pull the trigger and don't be scared. If you have to lose a Bridges or OG, whichever one, I'd rather keep. I don't know. I keep going back and forth on who, but to make the deal done, I say do and let's go get this chip.
Okay, I feel that. I feel like. What up with you, Sav?
Well, first, I like to respond to Benny. Of course, we're not gonna get Giannis because he's healthy and he's not over age. We're gonna get Giannis when he's a senior citizen on one leg and is averaging 8 points. That's when we'll get Giannis.
Yeah.
Okay. But other than that, I got two things, and this isn't negative. I'm not gonna be nephew murder. All right. I want to shout out one, Kevin Durant. Nobody's speaking on my boy KD. All right. This dude is quietly averaging like 26, 5, and 3, and doing it effortlessly by averaging 50, 40, and 80 something percent easily. Like, the dude is amazing, man. Much love to KD on Houston. And he just passed, who was it he passed? Dirk? Was it Dirk he passed in the scoring?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Will
come on, man.
and Dirk,
Nobody's.
yeah.
Yeah, somebody give my boy some respect around here, man. Talking about KD, man. And then secondly, I want to shout out a college team. I want to give a shout outs to the Fayetteville Broncos. You know what I'm saying? That's my alma mater, if y'all didn't know, Fayetteville State. You know what I'm saying? But they've been balling,
Okay.
man. I'm looking forward to them. And by the way, my nephew plays for them, so free publicity.
Nice.
But they've been balling. I got the chance to go watch them play Johnson C. Smith out here about 2 weeks ago. They beat them down at home, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to watching them play Johnson C. Smith in Fayetteville. I think next weekend we'll be out there. So big shout outs to the Broncos, man. My alma mater. Keep it up, man. Y'all doing good. CIAA, they gonna be trouble, man.
No doubt. Good
Hey,
luck
that's
to
what's
them.
up. That's what's up, man. I'm ready for the playoffs. That's all I got to say. I want the Knicks because right now, Nas got a song called Whose World Is This? I'm still trying to figure out with the Knicks, whose ball is this? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want
know
it?
what?
We started this season.
That'll be a great segment, man. Whose ball is this?
Yeah, whose ball is this?
I love it.
Because right now, we start the season with projections of the Knicks doing so many great things, and they've shown signs. But right now, I don't even know whose ball is this.
That's a fact.
Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, whatever. I know it's hard to play when you're hearing about trade talks, but, man, go out, man, and pull your big boy drawers up and go play, man, and do what you got to do.
Word.
Definitely.
All right, brothers,
Definitely.
man. Like we always say, GOAT metrics, man. Titles is earned and awards is given. GOAT metrics.
Exactly.
Peace.
Peace.
Easy.